Jimmy, I never saw her before in my life. I don't even know her name.
And I suppose that should excuse your actions.
My actions? You were here too. Didn't you see what happened? All I was trying to do was get loose.
It's not a very good excuse, Uncle Dan.
But it's true, I tell you.
Why, Uncle Dan, shame on you. What a story.
Look, Jimmy, I've been mighty good to you, and now all I ask for you is to leave it. Won't you try to understand?
Nope. Sorry, Uncle Dan, but I believe you ought to practice what you preach.
If you're talking about what you said about you and Madge just being friends, I was only joking.
Maybe, but I believed you.
Look, Jimmy, everybody's down on me. Mrs. Thompson has snubbed me, Peggy won't speak to me, and all Madge does is laugh. Wilhelmina's the only friend I have left, and she hasn't even heard the story yet.
Well, then maybe this ought to teach you a lesson.
But I don't need a lesson.
That remains to be seen.
Jimmy, if you're hungry, I'll be glad to fix you some lunch.
Miss Thompson, won't you let me explain?
Jimmy, you may tell your Uncle Dan for me that I have absolutely no interest whatsoever in anything he has to say.
But Mrs. Thompson, you're misjudging me.
You may also tell him that actions speak much louder than words.
Honestly, Mrs. Thompson.
If you need anything, Jimmy dear, I'll be in the kitchen.
She's not only speaking to me, she's gonna starve me to death.
Well, you know what they say, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned.
You mean she might be mad with me because she likes me?
Maybe it's jealousy, maybe it's disgust, but you might think it over. After all, she doesn't bake chocolate cake every day.
If I thought that she honestly... You know what? This is too much for me. I'm going upstairs to lie down. If you need me, I'll be upstairs.
I don't think anyone down here will bother you, Uncle Dan.
That's my problem, exactly. I told you I never saw her before in my life.
Come on in, you two.
What did he say? Who is she? Tell us all about it.
He said he never even saw her before in his life.
The way she threw her arms around his neck for dear life? Nonsense. I think it was the funniest thing I ever saw. I thought she was going to strangle him.
He says he doesn't even know her name.
Then it must have been love at first sight. And to think I thought she was your wife, Jimmy.
How were you to know? Didn't she tell you who she was?
No, she didn't. But then again, she was talking about you, Jimmy.
About me?
Yeah, she said she was talking to you and Bill Thompson earlier about your furniture. Yes, and she said you didn't want to give it up.
Furniture? That's very strange. Furniture. No. Oswald, you dog!
What are you talking about? What must be it?
And who's Oswald?
Oswald, good old Oswald.
Come on, let's sit on it.
No, sorry, I just can't do it.
Come on, Jimmy, the suspense is killing me.
I'm sorry, I cannot say another word.
Why not?
It's personal.
Did you hear that, Madge? It's personal.
And that's bad. Wilhelmina might not like it.
Exactly what I was thinking, Madge.
Hold on now, don't you two start anything.
Oh, well, we wouldn't dream of it, Jimmy. Not as long as it's personal. Now, would we, Peggy?
Of course not, Jimmy.
Well, I'm glad that you two are busy.
Now tell us who she was.
No! Ow! Come on, Madge, you're killing me!
Let us sit on it before you suddenly turn
Oh,
cold.
I heard! Stop it, Madge! Stop!
My goodness, what do we have here?
Hello there.
We were just taking good care of Jimmy for you.
So I see. It's a good thing I'm not a jealous bride.
Oh, hello, dear. Have you met Peggy Westfield and Madge Burns?
Yes, I've already met Madge, but Peggy, I believe we never met.
So you're Wilhelmina. At last I meet my almost cousin.
I seem to have missed all this excitement by taking a nap.
Oh, so you know about the mysterious woman in Mr. Took's life?
I met Uncle Dan up in the hall. When I saw him, he looked a little worse for the wear. When I asked him what the matter was, he told me the entire story.
Did he tell you who she was?
What's her name?
He said he never saw her before in his life.
I must have been a little hard on him. Gave him the 3rd degree, but the old boy didn't budge an inch.
I still think there's something rotten in Denmark.
Well, how come she told Peggy she knew you?
Yes, and what about this furniture business?
She must have made it all up.
So?
Oh, come on. Don't you see? She wanted to get in near where Uncle Dan is, so she probably figured someone would ask her who she was. She found out who I was and then dreamed up the rest.
Jimmy, don't tell me you're mixed up with her.
That's what I've been trying to tell you. I have no idea who she is.
Well, it may be a mystery for now, but once I get Uncle Dan along, he'll talk. Or else.
Like I said before, I'm sorry I missed all this fun, but between crazy women and Uncle Dan coming to stay, it was just too much to handle.
What you need is something to take all your troubles away, like a new hat.
Jimmy wouldn't hear of it. He hasn't bought me a new hat in ages.
Quiet, dear. I'd buy her anything she wanted if she'd wear it.
Oh, Peggy, you said you bought a new hat today. Let's see you try it on.
Oh, no, really, I wouldn't want to be a bother.
Oh, of course, and if you like it, I'll give it to you.
Oh, really, I'd rather not.
Oh, come on, dear. You just said I never bought you anything. Here's your chance for a free new hat.
But Peggy bought it for herself.
Oh, no, I didn't. I bought it to impress that darn Bill Thompson. But since he isn't here, I might as well just throw it away.
You never know about that, Bill, and I know he'd like it a lot better on you than me.
Come on, it won't hurt to try it on. Go ahead, I think you look cute.
Come now, dear. I'd like to see you in it myself.
You really can't tell about that Bill. He just shows up at the strangest time.
No. I have the weirdest feeling that Bill Thompson won't be showing his face around here today. So why don't you go ahead and try it on?
Of course, it won't hurt the hat any.
It won't help it any.
There, isn't it cute?
Now, isn't that just ducky?
She's so cute!
Jimmy, I'm about to get angry with you.
Oh, don't you talk to bad old me that way.
I don't know when I've ever seen a sweeter bride.
It is cute, though, isn't it?
The hat, you mean?
Oh, let's not forget about Bill, too.
Yes, it's just exactly what I needed to knock Bill Thompson off his pins. I'll never forgive him for not being here.
You know what, Peggy? I think you're right. A hat like this is just what Bill needs.
Maybe so, but it's just not my style.
What comes off here?
My wig, I guess.
She had scarlet fever when she was young.
Why, you're Bill Thompson!
Oh, no. I'm Mrs. Tuck.
You're trying to convince us the two of you are married. Just wait until I tell Uncle Dan about this.
Oh, no, Peggy, you can't do that.
All right, fine. You caught us. But you've got to admit, it was pretty good at that.
Bill Thompson, I'll hate you forever letting me tell all my secrets like this.
Sorry, Peggy, I didn't mind. In fact, I kind of liked it.
Peggy, you just can't tell Uncle Dan. He had a reason for this.
It must have been some reason.
Oh, it sure was a good one, and you should stay to hear it.
Mesh, you know about this?
Oh, not until I saw Bill all dressed up like that. What a gal.
What do you say, Peggy?
Well, I'll listen, but it better be good.
Oh, it's even better than that. I'm not even Jimmy's wife.
No.
What he means is that I'm not even married.
Well, at least we've got that settled. Go ahead.
Well, the idea is that Uncle Dan's been sending me checks every month for my bride and me.
The bride. That's me.
If you're a sample of what brides are like, no wonder there's so many bachelors.
Do you remember the letter that I sent Uncle Dan saying a close friend was coming to stay? Well, Bill was that friend. Uncle Dan misunderstood and I didn't have the heart to disappoint him.
You mean you didn't have the heart to disappoint him by sending the money back?
Well, something like that. Anyway, we had to do something.
And this nothing was your idea of something?
Hey, what did I ever do?
Well, I was hoping Madge would say yes and that would just solve all my problems.
That's Jimmy's idea of a good joke.
See how that turned out? Well, Bill was my last hope.
You must have been pretty hard up if you couldn't hope for more than that.
Yeah, well, we would have gotten away with it if it would have been for your silly hat.
Don't you dare call that hat silly, Bill Thompson. I bought it because of you.
Yeah, to knock me off my pins. Ha! Took a lot more than a silly looking hat to do that, trust me.
Nevertheless, it served a useful purpose.
Come on, Peggy, you can't tell Uncle Dan.
I think it would serve you right.
What if I made a deal with you? I'll tell you everything I know about that woman that was here if you don't tell Uncle Dan.
Wait, so Jimmy Took, you do know something about her.
Quiet, Madge, I'm talking to Peggy.
How much do you know?
Plenty. All you have to do is not tell Uncle Dan on us.
Just a moment ago, you said you'd never seen her before.
That's right.
Then how do you know anything about her?
Do we have a deal?
Well, fine, all right, I won't tell.
Excellent. Well, the reason I said I never saw her before, but knew all about her, was because she wasn't a she at all. She was a he.
What?
You mean there was another man dressed up like a woman?
That's right. It was Mr. Oswald, a bill collector.
Don't tell me Oswald was the one that tackled Uncle Dan.
You're right. Good old Oswald. Can't see an inch in front of his nose.
You mean he's nearsighted? Well, that explains a lot.
Why was he here?
Well, he came this morning to collect a bill on our furniture. When we asked him to help us, he refused.
He must have thought it over and changed his mind, and when he came, he must have thought Uncle Dan was Jimmy, and there you have it.
What a mess.
You're telling me.
You know, when I met this Oswald, I thought there was something strange about her, but you can't just go up to a woman you've never met before and go, hey, you don't look like a woman, especially when she's supposed to be a sort of cousin.
Well, what are you going to do, Judy?
I don't know. I guess since you know Peggy, I guess our jig's up.
Oh, don't mind me. I'll stick to my bargain.
Oh, you will?
Of course, I'm no stool pigeon.
Oh, come on, I'm being tired of being this bride.
And I'm getting tired of being just a friend.
Ah, so the worm is turning, eh? When it's already too late.
See that, Peggy? A woman can change her mind faster than a chameleon can change color.
Personally, I think you're stuck whether you like it or not. So, how are you going to get rid of Wilhelmina?
Well, there ought to be some way we could arrange it.
I agree with Madge, and it's going to take a lot more than a check to make me kiss Uncle Dan.
Quiet, Wilhelmina. If it has to be done, you'll do it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Fun! But I won't like it.
Well, couldn't we just make her disappear?
Yes, you could. But then Uncle Dan would have the police looking for her in 5 minutes. Then where would you be?
Probably in prison for forgery.
You mean for impersonating a woman and obtaining money under false pretenses?
Same difference, isn't it?
No.
Well, what if we made her leave Jimmy?
Oh, no way. And have my uncle disown me anyway for mistreating my wife? No thanks.
Well, why don't we make her leave because of Uncle Dan?
Ah, I guess you don't know women very well. Have her leave just as soon as he's about to give her a big fat check? No way.
Well, what Uncle Dan doesn't know about women is plenty.
You know, Madge has something there. Jimmy, you know how proud Uncle Dan is of your family.
You're right. A few cracks in our family tree and he wouldn't care if she starved to death.
There you have it. Madge does it again.
As I always said, there's no schemer like an old schemer. Leave it to Madge.
Watch yourself, Billy boy, or you'll be bald for sure.
Always have my trusty wig.
Not for long, you won't. If Uncle Dan sees you in that getup without any hair, you'll be cooked for sure.
Don't worry, I'll be out of these clothes so fast you'll think they're on fire and what a relief.
Perfect. Then you and Peggy can break the news to Uncle Dan.
Oh, no, you don't. This is your problem.
Then certainly, Madge, you would help me.
Oh, no. Well, Jimmy, I'm just a friend.
Then, Bill, you'll help me out here.
Sorry, James. I do get changed, remember?
And you can help me?
You got into this mess on your own and you were able to get out of it the same way.
Sure, but...
Bill, you're gonna go meet us out in the garden once you finish changing.
With pleasure.
Why don't you get rid of this hat box for me?
Are you sure you want to keep it along with that silly hat?
Bill Thompson, if I thought for 1 minute you
I
were
didn't
serious.
say a word, not a word, and I'll meet you out in the gardens in a few minutes anyway. Better say goodbye to your bride, Jimmy boy, if you never see your darling ever again.
You better get going before I really make you disappear.
Bye-bye, Jimmy.
Ducks.
Jimmy, please don't misunderstand, but if you see your Uncle Dan, tell him for me that I've decided to give him some chocolate cake, if he would like some.
Ah, so those high resolves are weakening, eh?
Nonsense! I would do the same thing for a dog.
Feed him chocolate cake.
Well, I would certainly feed him something. The fact that Mr. Took likes chocolate cake does not in any way alter the basic idea.
I see, Aunt Ellen. Well, if I see him, I'll tell him.
Now, who under the sun is that? Hello. Yes, this is the Took residence. Mr. Took? Which Mr. Took, please? Mr. Dan Took. Yes, he's here. Would you like to speak with him? Oh, you'd prefer to surprise him. I see. Who is this calling, please? Oh, so it is, eh? And you want to surprise him, eh? Oh, don't worry. I wouldn't tell him for the world. Goodbye. Have you got it, Red? No, I haven't, McDaniel, but I want you to do me a huge favor.
I really ought to catch Lady.
But this is more important than even your crazy woman. The happiness of a fine, outstanding man is at stake.
Is that so? My. Well, if I could do anything, ma'am, I'd be...
Oh, well, thank you, McDaniel. I thought I recognized you as one of nature's true noble women.
Well, never really thought of myself that way before, but if I can do anything, I'll be glad to.
Wouldn't you rather discuss the matter over a warm piece of cake and a glass of milk?
Come to think of it, I am kind of hungry.
Oh, excellent, McDaniel. Now, first of all, I want you to understand that I am a righteous, upstanding woman. But there is a limit, even to my patience.
I tell you, James, I'm shocked. Shocked beyond words. I can't imagine what you must have said or done to make her want to leave you.
But I didn't do anything.
Well, you certainly must have done something wrong.
I'm telling you, Uncle Dan, I didn't give her any reason to leave me.
James, are you telling the truth?
Really, Uncle Dan, do you think I would lie to you?
Frankly, I don't know.
Well, Uncle Dan, I'm telling you, I didn't do anything.
There's something wrong here, Jimmy. Girls just don't leave for no reason at all.
I just can't talk about it.
Either you tell me the reason or I'll call the police and they'll find her and she'll tell me what happened.
Uncle Dan, I just rather not say.
I'm giving you to the count of 5. Either you tell me what happened or I'm calling the police.
Uncle Dan, you can't.
1,
Uncle Dan,
2,
please,
3,
no, you can't.
4,
Uncle Dan.
5.
Yeah, fine. I'll say it. I'd just rather not.
No matter what you want to do or don't want to do, what did you do to her?
I didn't do anything.
You didn't, eh? Then who did?
You.
I did? What do you mean?
Are you sure you want to know, Uncle Dan?
Absolutely. If I've done something wrong, I want to know what it is.
Well, shortly after you went upstairs to rest, Wilhelmina came downstairs with all her things packed, and I argued with her and asked her why she was leaving. Then
Yes.
she told me.
Yes, go ahead.
She insulted our family.
She what?
She insulted our family.
She did, eh?
Well, she said she didn't like your looks. If I was going to look that way in 30 years, she didn't like the looks of me either.
She didn't like bad looks, eh?
She said if we were 2 chips off the old block, she'd hate to see the family tree.
That angry!
And then she said I was the most important part of the family tree, the sap. So I said if she felt that way, she could leave.
And after all that, you didn't throw her out?
No, but I was glad to see her go.
And good rants, too. And to think, I was going to give her this check. You know what? You have it.
Oh, thanks, Uncle Dan.
Honestly, I didn't like her that much anyway. Now, she was more like that Madge girl. Pretty, cultured, refined. Then you'd have something.
You know what, Uncle Dan? I've been thinking the same thing. Who could that be?
Oh, it's all right, Jimmy. I'll get it. I'm expecting someone. How do you do, Mr. Took?
Did you hear that? She spoke to me.
That's great, Uncle Dan. Oh, and that reminds me. Aunt Ellen said she was saving you a nice big piece of chocolate cake in the kitchen.
I've been working up an appetite.
Very good, Uncle Dan. You just go help yourself. Madge is out on the terrace, and I think there's a few things we need to discuss.
Personally, I've been getting into a talkative mood myself. Good luck in that talking.
Same to you, Uncle Dan.
If you just wait on the couch a moment, please. Thank you, Mrs. Thompson. Oh, dear man, I know you'll just be surprised. Dan! In fact, it may be shocking. He should be here in a moment. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm sure you'd rather be alone. Thank you, Mrs. Thompson.
She must think Uncle Dan's a dog calling him with a whistle. Wait till you get a hold of him.
Bubbles, you mustn't talk that way. Now, when Mr. Took comes in, you go and you give him a nice big kiss.
Do I have to?
You most certainly do. And please be sure to be on your best behavior, at least until we're sure of him. I wonder where... oh! Who...
Why, you remember the old nurse, don't you?
But I never had a nurse.
Now, don't get excited. Hey, tactic of the straitjackets.
What's a straitjacket?
Is that a new fashion trend?
Oh, I know what that is.
That's right, Bubbles. And if you don't want to have to wear it, just come along like a nice little girl.
You're the one who's chasing that crazy woman.
That's right. I'm still chasing crazy people.
But we're not crazy.
Oh, come now. That's what they all say.
But we're not, really, we're not.
Now, you wouldn't want me to have to get rough with you. No, of course you wouldn't. So just come along like nice people.
Look behind you, the crazy woman.
Now, don't pull any tricks now. Just come along like a nice little girl.
We won't go, and you can't make us.
No, I hope. If that's the way you want it, that's the way it'll have to be. Right here, out in the pantry. Oh, help Mr. Took before he weakens. He's holding the door. Go quick. Right you are, ma'am.
Hey, what's the trouble? We heard the whistle and we saw two men run out of the house like rocket ships.
Do you see the crazy woman? Where's Uncle Dan? He's holding the door to the pantry. He's got the crazy woman locked in there.
Maybe he needs help. Bill, go and see.
Who, me?
I think he'll be all right.
Well-
McDaniel is with him.
Well, we got her.
Oh, Dad, I'm so glad you're all right.
That just about makes you a hero, Uncle Dan.
Don't be sarcastic, Jimmy. Well, how did you do?
I did great. What about you, Uncle Dan?
Perfect.
Uncle Dan, you remember Bill Thompson, don't you?
His face looks familiar. How are you, my boy?
Very well, sir.
It just so happens that we're doing very nicely, too.
It's all right, everyone. Don't get frightened. Everything is under control.
But what? How?
She was looking for a match to light her candle. I should be able to get her back like this without any trouble at all. Thank you for all your help.
She must have thought it was dark.
I got it.
Hello? Oh, hey there, Mr. Oswald. Oh, yes, everything's perfect around here, thanks to you. 8? No, I'm sorry. It'll have to be after 5. I'm starting my new job tomorrow. Oh, yes, 5:30 will be just fine. Thank you, Mr. Oswald. Bye-bye. Well, this calls for a celebration.
How about some of Aunt Ellen's chocolate cake?
A grand idea.
Here comes the brides. Here comes the bride.
goodness.